And I don't know.
So we see StarDuck with that bare border. Hasn't played any games this season. Funara StarDuck.
Nah.
And here we are. Spawning in the top left-hand corner, playing for the CranKy Ducklings. This is StarDuck. Quack.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Cosmic Sapphire, representing Team License to Kill of the Game, it is Sepheron. The dark horse of the qualifier, taking down some pretty big names.
Yeah, Eddie even took down a Terran. Incredible.
He did. I didn't hear about that. I didn't hear about that actually. Who did he beat?
The less you hear, the better. As we do see the low ground gateway coming out from Sepheron, so is going to be playing this a little bit different. We have seen this occasionally. Despite this not being a ramp map, it does have a pretty narrow choke, so you can still opt to play for a 1-gate expand, or even just a 2-gate from the low ground to get your units across the map a little faster.
Yeah, I'm very curious to see what StarDuck's reaction to this will be, as he's going to go for a probe scout. He's going to confirm that we have a gate expand being set up by Sepheron, but at the same time it's Sepheron. Is it a real gate expand or is it fake?
Yeah, very interesting. This is, you're kind of referring to it before when you're saying that PvP is such a good matchup for StarDuck. He's a player who's very strong when it comes to reactions, when it comes to set plays. Definitely a player that has his own approaches to a lot of different situations, and well thought out approaches as well. So I do think that he is going to have something specific to play against this.
Yeah, I would think so as well, as we already have the second gate on the way. Cybercore as well. Next site is thrown down for Sepheron. So he will be able to get that unhindered here. Just confirmation from StarDuck, just making sure that, okay, you have indeed expanded. But what first 2 units are going to be coming out? It is going to be Double Adept.
So we see a Double Adept. We actually see a proxy as well coming out from StarDuck, so definitely going to be looking to punish this quite aggressively. I'd expect to see either a couple more gateways or maybe a robo going down here.
Yeah, like either 3-gate or robo, and it looks like it is going to be the 3rd gateway. Meanwhile, across map, Sepheron does have vision. Oh my god, the StarDuck actually went for the gas steal.
Oh, I love this. So stealing that gas out is going to be able to slow down any Stargate response, and we do see a robo instead coming out from Sepheron. I'm not sure if that's what he was initially wanting to go for, or if that's what he's had to do now just to deal with the gas steal, and this kind of all makes a little bit more sense now. I think if StarDuck does go 4 gates, he can put on a lot of pressure with his Adepts, and he's forcing there to be no Oracle.
Oh, exactly. He even throws down a pylon here to make sure that a wall is very
it
awkward.
Blocks the wall.
Yeah, there is no wall opportunity.
Wall. That's genius. This is sick.
Yeah, and there we go. He does throw down a wall in the end. At the same time, it looks like a little bit of damage being done across that. The Adepts try to shade in as well. Sepheron with a very awkward wall.
Yeah, and the problem with this wall as well is this wall, you can't protect it from these Adepts at the front. Looks like the pylon should be able to get up in time, though, to be healed by the battery.
Yeah, the shield battery does finish up. We have the overcharge available as well if we need it. Meanwhile, Stark should be warping in a couple of Stalkers behind this. He's got plenty of supply to work with. The first pylon is going to be going down. That gas still hasn't been dealt with. Sepheron just taking a gas at as natural instead.
We do see this pylon is at a risk of going down. I'm surprised Sepheron hasn't healed this up yet. I'm not sure if it's out of range or something.
Yeah, maybe he just wants to save that energy. Meanwhile, the wall is no longer a wall. The Adepts, they do get into the main base. One Stalker's going to try and slow them down, but economic damage will be done.
Yeah, so these Adepts are getting in. They are going to be able to start to skirmish with the probes. We do see a big surround coming out from Sepheron. Very nice way to help deal with these Adepts, but 3 probes going down already, and we have a little block coming out on the other side of the map. So we'll be preventing StarDuck from macroing out, but you gotta block every base.
You gotta block every base, puppy. The Immortal comes out, and that is gonna shut down this Stalker aggression. We have a couple more warpins coming in. I love it. We have sentries to help CC and help block off that Immortal Ninja base on the way. The goal base, puppy. You love to see it.
We love to see it, as we just see StarDuck going to be coming in here with his Stalkers. Does get out of there before they can go down. Nice little force field there, and he traps the Immortal.
We have a bit of a recall. It looks like the Immortal will barely get saved. Nicely done here by Sepheron. It would have been disastrous if he lost his Immortal. And that was all the energy of the sentries gone.
This is a fascinating showdown between these two players. They both are kind of going on the fly, and we do see that Sentry being focused down immediately, and StarDuck's not going to be able to protect these two gateways that he's accidentally led Sepheron to.
Yeah, exactly. They are so exposed right now. At the same time, Sepheron must be believing that StarDuck is still only on one base economy, but the gold base is about to finish up. These gates are about to be depowered. StarDuck going to be knocked down to only 2 gateways.
Yeah, and there's no tech on the way for StarDuck. Doesn't have a Stargate, doesn't have a Robo or anything like that. So I am really worried for him that he's not going to be able to deal with all these Immortals.
Yeah, the Immortal count is getting out of control right now. We have 3 Immortals, and even though he was trying to isolate another one, we had an overcharge in range to keep that Immortal alive.
Yeah, and StarDuck, he just does not have the gateway count to get up the kind of Stalker count that he needs to deal with this. We have 3 Immortals and the War Prism on the way, so there's going to be a heap of micro potential there. And StarDuck behind this, getting that extra gateway, but he's just so far behind in tech, and Sepheron's going all in.
Yeah, he's going all in on 2 bases here with 3 Immortals, and StarDuck, he's just not prepared for this. He doesn't have what he needs to defend. He does meet the army in the middle of the map, and he's going to be able to poke and prod, but like, you just can't stop the Immortals, mate. It's not happening.
Yeah, and these sentries going down. This is a disaster. He would not be able to force field anyway because the War Prism is there to carry the units over, and StarDuck is in so much trouble right now.
He really is. We have a couple of shield batteries on the way. He's looking to try and make his final stand at this ramp, and pushing up the ramp is still going to be a difficult task here for Sepheron. Meanwhile, as he sets up a proxy pylon, he finds the ninja.
Yeah, he finds a base. He's going to be able to move over there. There are no shield batteries there, and there is no way for StarDuck to protect this. This is the checkmate move from Sepheron.
Yeah, exactly. The base has been found. The mining was pretty good for the time that it was here, but unfortunately, StarDuck, even with Blink, he doesn't have the Stalker count to really contend with this army.
Yeah, meanwhile, we see Sepheron back at home, getting that Robo Bay, getting a bunch of cannons going down as well. So I really just don't see a way for StarDuck back into this unless Sepheron just kind of throws into him.
Oh, we'll see if he can pull it off in the end. At the same time, looks like StarDuck doesn't even find an Immortal here. GG gets called, and Sepheron will take the first game.
GG, and a very nice hold coming out from Sepheron, and he finds himself 1 game up, and this is very surprising. Sepheron making an amazing run today.
Yeah, exactly. You know, in this PvP, it took a little bit of a risk going for a gate expand. StarDuck attempted to punish it, but yeah, was struggling a little bit to do so. He also wasn't really fully committing to the 4 gate either. Like, he was trying to expand, but the pylon slowed him down, so he had to try and take a weird ninja base as well. Like, yeah, StarDuck had a really awkward time there that game.
Yeah, it's really interesting because the way that StarDuck was playing kind of throws the player completely off their plan, but that's sort of Sepheron's world. He doesn't really mind the game not looking normal. He doesn't mind having to come up with his next move on the fly. That's kind of how he plays anyway.
Yeah, that's just where his element, if you will, you know, he just covers himself in all of that. Oh boy, but now we're going to be diving into game number 2, and oh boy, it's still a best of 5. There are plenty more games to go, but can Sepheron, can he go all the way?
Can he do it? Starting to believe.
Oh my god. Do you believe, Puppy? Do you believe? Let's go as we are loading into game number 2 in Data Under the Sea.
This is a really good 1-gate expand map as well, so considering how well that went for Sepheron, I definitely expect him to go for it again. But here we go. Looking to stop him from doing that and getting another win on the board, this is the Blue Protoss playing for the CranKy Ducklings. This is StarDuck.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Data Under the Sea, we have the Australian Protoss player himself representing Team License to Kill LTK. It is Sepheron.
I just realized I haven't taken a break since I started my games, and I'm really need to go to the bathroom, so I'll be right back.
Go, puppy. Go to the bathroom as things are already popping off here. Sepheron going for a proxy gateway across the map. It's going to be 4 gates, puppy, and StarDuck has no idea. He's sending his first probe across the map. He will recognize that the pylon is missing, that there's a proxy somewhere, but the gates are already on the way. Oh my god. I'm in a little bit of shock of what is happening, but I'm sure StarDuck, he can prepare, he can respond. There we go. He's responding with a forge. I love it. Oh my god, but Sepheron, he blocks him off. Oh, okay, there we go. Forge is thrown down regardless. Sepheron trying to interrupt this wall as best as he can, but at least he was able to get up and running. And there we go. StarDuck fully walls off with a gateway, or with 2 of his gates, a forge, and his 3rd gate. Oh my god. And it looks like Sepheron's going to be losing his probe as well. We have Zealots on the way here. This hasn't been scouted yet by StarDuck. He's across the map. It looks like he will be losing his probe, but he recognizes that, of course, Zealots will be upon him shortly. He's trying to wall off a little bit of a more efficient manner. Yet things are popping up. StarDuck does get a forge up, and cannons are on the way.
Yes, a very aggressive build coming out from Sepheron. Definitely winning. Kind of winning out on this build order roulette between the 2 players, but StarDuck with a great re-wall here should be quite safe here, and I really like the way he's defending this.
Yeah, exactly. The wall is a wall. Earlier, as you were going, Sepheron was trying to throw down his own pylons and trying to interrupt the wall as it was coming up, but he was unable to do so. Cannons, unfortunately, not quite in range of this forge, so the forge is sustaining a lot of damage.
Yeah, he does find a really nice angle on there, so that forge is going to be going down. I think that is enough cannons here for StarDuck to hold. He's pumping out these adepts as well, so I don't think Sepheron can get past this without taking too much damage.
Yeah, like with 3 zealots, I think maybe 2 of them can get through. Maybe he can like harass the mineral line, but especially with this adept, yeah, the zealots aren't going to find too much damage at all. Oof.
Yeah, to see a quick cancel, he does realize that he's trapped his adept in there, so probably wants to get the adept back on the other side, or just not trap it in at all. We do see the zealot is going to get in, is going to get 1 probe for its troubles, but these adepts are going to do a really good job holding the zealots, and we do see, as a reaction, Sepheron going into stalkers.
Yeah, he throws down his gateway, he throws down his gases. He hasn't expanded at all. He's committing to the all-in. He's going for these stalkers. Finally, they do reveal themselves, and stalkers are going to have a much easier time against these adepts, but StarDuck is getting stalkers of his own.
Yeah, we've got that 3-gate versus 3-gate going down, and the stalkers, they take a lot of damage from cannon, so it looks like instead he's just going to sit at the edge here and just pick away at this gateway. I wonder if we're going to be seeing a shield battery coming out for StarDuck, but for now we are just going to see him pumping out stalkers, and there's a shield battery.
Yeah, I'm a little bit scared here. StarDuck has to be very careful not to lose his stalkers as they come out, because I'm sure everyone would love to just dive on top of them, but leaves his army a little bit idle here, does focus on the gateway a little bit too long. Meanwhile, 2 adepts get into the main base of Sepheron.
Yeah, great move here. They are going to get trapped, but they do find a little corner to back themselves into, and yeah, Sepheron doesn't really want to take this fight with probes. This is not where you want to be. A nice recall there as well. Is going to... Oh, no recall. Who recalled? Sepheron recalled. I just heard it.
Yeah. And GG gets called. StarDuck will defend the proxy 3-gate and take game number 2.
GG, very nice cold coming out of StarDuck, and this is kind of what I was talking about before in the PvP. He does have his own creative ways to go about things. We saw that in the first game with that pylon block trying to set up his adept attack, and we've seen this again in the second game with the way that he's defended this. Is very good at thinking up the defense on the fly, or having these pre-prepared defenses that are a little bit different to how other people do them.
Oh yeah, exactly. Like StarDuck knew exactly what he needed to defend, throwing down that forge immediately, going for the cannons, going for his own gateways. Sepheron tried to slow him down and tried to stop him, but was unable to do so in the end. So very nice reactions from StarDuck. And now we're tied up, one apiece.
Yeah, we find things 1 apiece between these 2 players, and it's been a very exciting PvP so far. Both of them, I don't know, they both have really interesting ways to play, and you can kind of see the cogs whirring in their head as they kind of work their way through these games. So I'm expecting to see more of the same. This is a really interesting battle between these two players.
Yeah. I do think that StarDuck's probably going to be more of the defender here, but it's kind of hard to say. Are we ever going to get into a game, and we'll find out here on Tropical Sacrifice, where they both go for gate expands? You know, like, is that going to happen? Are we going to see it finally here in Game 3?
I think Sepheron's going to cannon rush.
Oh my god. Disgusting.
Well, I guess we still have Inside and Out. That's probably a better cannon map. Anyway, getting ahead of ourselves here, as we are here on Tropical Sacrifice and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of the map, tying things up 1-1. This is our very own CranKy Duckling, StarDuck.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Tropical Sacrifice, we have the Australian Protoss player representing Team License to Kill LTK. It is Sepheron.
LTK.
Oh boy. And both players, it's happening. Gate expands.
Yeah, I mean, both players won when they're defended, so I can kind of understand both wanting to be the defensive player, and that means we're going to get ourselves a bit more of a standard game now.
Oh yeah, and we're going to get the boops.
Bonk.
Oh, Sepheron tased him.
Rude.
Very rude from Sepheron's pro, but they are both just going to scout each other, just confirming, okay, we are both going for gate expands. Things are looking a lot more standard, a lot more macro oriented.
Yeah, we do see a second gas going down from StarDuck though, and he is going to be stealing the gas of his opponent, so looks like StarDuck is going to be the aggressor once again.
Yeah, exactly. Sepheron once again a little bit too slow to react, to recognize what StarDuck was going for. Very cheeky with that gas steal, and again, typically gas steals do affect Protoss the most, as they find that gas a little bit more valuable. And I love this because StarDuck throws down a pylon as well to block him. Getting into a tech first or a Stargate first is going to be that much more difficult for Sepheron.
Interesting. We do have a really big gas lead coming down for StarDuck, so I do think he's going to be looking to go into that Stargate. And oh, he gets the reblock. Sepheron just a little bit slow to react there.
Yeah, exactly. He does have the Zealot in the end, so he will eventually expand and clean this up. But again, because of the lack of gas, like, he really doesn't want to delay his base. He really doesn't want to, or he can't get into his Stargate.
Yeah, exactly. Meanwhile, we do see a couple probes out on the map for StarDuck. Looks like they will be found, so he's just going to back off with those. Meanwhile, hasn't cleared out this pylon yet, so I'm intrigued to see what his plan is here.
Yeah, it looks like the Stalker will eventually clean this up. We have our own Stargate in position for StarDuck to get into an Oracle first. Doesn't have to worry about defending any kind of Oracles because the Nexus has gone down for Sepheron. Oh boy, and we'll see how good Sepheron's defense is going to be here. At the moment, he doesn't really have anything that shoots up. He is working on his first Stalker.
Yeah, this tech for Sepheron is so incredibly delayed.
Yeah, it really is. Meanwhile, Wonder Death does get into the main base. It looks like he's going to be able to get one probe kill, two. Can he get? He gets three.
Yeah, 3 of those probes going down, so nice damage coming out there from Sepheron. He's going to be able to eke out a little bit of an advantage in that way. Oh, but he's got a hefty supply block here.
Oh god, yeah, we have a couple of pylons on the way to help try and clean that up. Gateways as well. The first Oracle is going to make its way across the map. Thankfully, Sepheron, looking at his vision, he did scout the Stargate, so he should be fully aware. We already have a shield battery on the way. This Oracle should have a hard time finding damage.
Yeah, we see that shield battery on the way, but because of that little block as well, we are a little bit short on units for Sepheron, and StarDuck, as he batters down this front door, should be able to get some kind of idea of that as well.
Uh-oh, and the Stalkers, they get into the natural base. We are about to have another Stalker coming out for Sepheron, so he will have a couple more units to defend. Oracle jumps in, not to deal economic damage, but to try and sway the fight in his favor.
Yeah, and he doesn't quite manage to do that as those extra Stalkers come out, so we'll get that Oracle out, which is important, but kind of trapped his own Stalkers in the base of Sepheron here, and does lose a slight lead that he had.
Oh, that he does. Meanwhile, we have a second Oracle coming out, a Phoenix behind it. Oh my god, and a second Stargate.
Yeah, very interesting. This is something that you normally see against a response Stargate, but we do see him jumping in there. He is going to be able to getting a lot of damage on these probes. Needs to focus fire the ones that are already weak and does lose the Oracle, but 6 probes, not bad damage at all.
Yeah, 6 probes for 1 Oracle isn't bad damage. We do see that StarDuck is going to be getting into max Phoenix production. Sepheron, though, has other plans. He's going towards the top left-hand corner of the map here with this probe. As 2 more gateways are thrown down, mate, we got 4 gates in total. Sorry, 5. Oh.
Yeah, it does look like he's going to be looking to go all in with Stalkers, and once again, I'm really worried for StarDuck in this situation. He is just pumping out Phoenix, and Phoenix are really good against those Stargate openers to kind of get ahead on those Phoenix walls, deny Oracles, get a lot of momentum across the map, but against a really large number of Stalkers, I don't know how much I like it, but he is getting a Robo, so I think he has some idea of what's coming his way, but is it going to be here on time?
That's a 6th gateway, by the way. So Sepheron is 100% 2 base all in. With mass Stalkers, doesn't have Blink or anything like that, is going to brute force his way through. Immortals are going to be amazing, but it's going to take a while to get our first Immortal out, and Sepheron may just be able to win the game here and now.
Man, that's 7 gateways.
Oh my god, that's disgusting.
This is Oracle going across the map. We'll be looking to get a stasis ward in the main just to slow Sepheron down a little bit. But these shield batteries, they are completely exposed. There is nothing here for StarDuck.
Yeah, there's nothing here. The Phoenixes are going to turning around. We don't even have a warp gate, by the way, so we can't even warp in any units. The first Immortal is coming up, but 1 Immortal isn't going to do anything against all these Stalkers.
Yeah, this base is in a huge amount of trouble, and honestly, with the economy of Sepheron, he can even macro out of this, but I don't think he's going to need to. I think he can just charge straight up that ramp and kill StarDuck right here.
Yeah, the boys are being pulled. StarDuck, he can lift up a couple of these Phoenixes, but immediately the Oracle is going to go down. The Immortal going to do whatever he can, but there is no shield battery, there is no overcharge. The Immortal is going to take a couple more volleys, and it's going to go down.
Yeah, the Immortal goes down. There it is. Too many Stalkers here to deal with. StarDuck, GG's out, and Sepheron 1 win away from qualification.
GG. StarDuck just trying to be a little bit too fancy, thinking the game was going to go on longer, thinking that Sepheron was looking to expand and take a 3rd base, going for the double Stargate Phoenix. That's it, mate. What are you? Hey, against Sepheron, you're crazy, Bobby.
Yeah, definitely an interesting choice there. I don't know if he was expecting a Stargate transition or something like that, or just hoping to get a bit more momentum going into the macro game, but yeah. Sepheron has shown time and time again in this entire qualifier that once he gets to 2 base, he's just going to send it.
Yeah. He has no fear. Oh boy. And now he is 1 game, as you were saying, he is 1 game away from qualifying for ANZ Champs. StarDuck, can he bring it back here in game 4? Can he tie things up 2-2? What's the map going to be? Where are we dropping?
If it's ANZ, does that mean it's a qualification? Huh?
I'm going to bed after this. Awful. What's wrong with you? Are there koalas in New Zealand? Is that a thing?
Probably not.
Does New Zealand have any of the Australian animals?
I hope not. They're ours, puppy.
They're ours.
Keep your hands off.
If they do, we got to get them back, puppy. We got.
True. Let's invade.
We need to invade and get back our koalas. Oh god.
As we do hear those beeps, we are going into inside and out. This was the map that I was thinking is that we might see a cannon rush on. Might see a 2-gate forge, something like that. This is a really good map for cannon rushing, so I am a little bit worried for StarDuck that Sepheron might kind of use his extra game here to do that, but here he is. Tournament life, qualifier life, on the line, spawning in the bottom left-hand corner. The blue Protoss for the CranKy Ducklings. This is the Duck of the Stars, StarDuck.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Inside and Out, we have the Australian Protoss player himself. He is pink, representing License to Kill of the Gay, 1 game away from qualifying for ANZ Champs. It is Sepheron.
No cannon rush. Lame.
No cannon rush, gate expands, and I was just looking this up. Apparently, New Zealand does have wallabies that look like kangaroos, but they're technically not kangaroos.
The kangaroo is not a kangaroo.
And apparently, in 2020, there were thousands of people signed petitions to relocate koalas to New Zealand.
Why?
I don't know. I think this was like right after the bushfires. You know, the fires in Australia. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Oh my god. There's reason for it. You know, it's not like we just want to like, you know, send the bears into Middle Earth or anything like that. It's not.
Yeah. Well, we do see Sepheron once again going for something a little bit different, shaking things up. Is going to be taking his own second gas just to prevent that gas steal. So nice way to just play against the meta the StarDuck's been setting, and gets a second gate as well. So this time StarDuck going to be the defender.
Oh, exactly. Sepheron wants to be in his face. Also, in my mind, I was thinking of, you know, the scene in Two Towers where they're like, look to the east, and then you have Gandalf like coming over the mountain. Instead, it's like a legion of koalas. Like, they're here, Papi. They're here, and I love this response from StarDuck upon scouting the 2-gate opener. He is going for a defensive robo.
Yeah, he's going to be going into that robo. So kind of similar to what Sepheron did on Cosmic Sapphire, is going to be looking to defend with Immortals, as he does actually supply block Sepheron.
Oh, yeah. A little bit awkward there. Sepheron forced to throw down an additional pylon, but there we go. He does. That's still supply blocked. For a bit of a moment here. But Sepheron, he's got 2 gates. Why stop at 2? As he's setting up for a proxy pylon, and I imagine more gates.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a 3-gate robo.
Yeah.
Does look like... So I would expect the robo to be going down now, but he just breaks in the door right before that battery is finished. We'll be able to start DPSing down at that battery, and this pylon is in so much trouble.
This may be it. I mean, a couple of boys have to be pulled. Okay, we do have the Stalker finishing up here for StarDuck. He's going to be able to force us back with the high ground vision. We do have another shield battery on the way, but this is costing some probes.
Yeah, this is a lot of damage already. Losing those mining time, losing the probes as well. This Immortal going to pop out just on time to help defend here. He's going to be rallying that straight onto that other Stalker, but where is the Stalker of StarDuck?
He's hiding. He's in the main right now. He's Chilean, puppy. We need a shield battery sooner rather than later. Meanwhile, we actually have a pylon. Okay, looks like the gateways are going to be coming up soon here. StarDuck has to prepare. He has to take this seriously.
Yeah, this might be a 4-gate, but no, we actually see a Stargate going down, so yeah, never want to do things the normal way. I think we're going to be seeing Void Rays joining this bust, and that's going to be amazing versus the Immortals. Sepheron has been one step ahead with the strategies.
Yeah, Void Rays will be insane here, especially because we're only working with 1 gateway. We'd have a 2nd gate on the way. Warp Gate is now done to warp in additional Stalkers. Meanwhile, Adepts are going to shade on forward, and the wall is not a wall.
Yeah, I love this. This is just going to be keeping the units of StarDuck back at home until he can get that Stargate up and running.
Oh, exactly. Meanwhile, probes are falling left and right. StarDuck likewise isn't going to take this line down. He does have a proxy pylon, but it does get spotted, and it will be cleaned up.
Yeah, we'll be cleaned up, losing a lot of probes, losing a lot of mining time as well. 6 probes going down, and Sepheron looking very strong in this game as he makes actually an Oracle.
Yeah, he wants to do even more economic damage, and honestly, he will, as StarDuck is moving out across the map with what little he has. Looking at the units tab, it looks like 5 Stalkers are going to be going up against 2 Immortals and a Stalker of StarDuck. Is it going to be enough? Can StarDuck find a way through? Can he break the defenses of Sepheron?
Yeah, this Oracle is going to do massive damage here, especially if StarDuck warps in Stalkers across the map, which is exactly... Well, he's going to warp in something across the map. He's going to lose those warp ins. There we go. The Stalker's coming in as the Oracle jumps straight into the main, and there is nothing to defend here.
Ooh, we do have a force field, though, trapping all of these Stalkers, and these Immortals are going to go ham, puppy. Every single one of these Stalkers is going to go down. We only have 1 remaining, but we do have a warp in to reinforce.
Yeah, we have that warp in coming in, but this pylon is going down.
Oh, and that is a lot of the production. That is all the production here of Sepheron. He only has 1 gateway behind this, so he can reinforce with 1 Stalker at a time. The Oracle comes back home.
Yeah, both Oracles coming back in, and there's nothing here that shoots up except for that 1 Stalker of StarDuck. does go forward a little bit too far and is going to be paying with its life, but StarDuck, he is just sending it. He's going straight in, doesn't want to give Sepheron a moment to breathe, and these Oracles are going to run out of energy sooner or later.
Oh, they really are. Meanwhile, the pylons are being focused down. He doesn't want to let these gateways back up and running. He doesn't want to allow another warp in here. Speaking of, there we go. They do get depowered. One more pylon finishes up, but it only powers that cyber core.
Yeah, and with this, with the prism here to micro, he can just constantly jump back and back. And StarDuck, he gets the win, and we are going to an ace match.
Oh my god. GG, let's go, Poppy. Oh my god, I was so concerned that the Oracles were just gonna destroy and eviscerate the mineral line of StarDuck. He wouldn't have any economy remaining, but no, he was fast to respond, and he forces Sepheron to turn around and go back home. And we go to game 5.
We go to a game 5, and every game between these two players has been absolutely insane. I have no idea which way this one's going to go.
I don't know, Poppy. I don't know. Oh my god. I mean, what maps are remaining here? We can dance in the moonlight. We can gaze at the stars. We can fall on water. Those are the only
So dumb. We do have waterfall. And here we go. We are getting to this final ace match. Will StarDuck get the delicious hot home meal cooked by light, or will he be kicked out onto the street?
I'm not gonna cook. But he will be welcomed back into the home. He can sleep in his own bed again.
Sleep on the ground with the dogs.
Oh,
should be grateful even for that.
True. As we're getting into game 5, and it's going to be on waterfall.
It is, which is scary because this map's tiny. It's going to be crazy. Spawning in the top right-hand corner of the map, playing for the CranKy Ducklings, our very own StarDuck.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of waterfall, we have the Australian Protoss player representing team licensed to kill LTK. It is Sepheron. Now they're setting up for gate expands, but will they actually gate expand?
Who will flinch first? We see these probes going across the map, so we have seen most of the time StarDuck going for a double gas in his main. Has been being a little bit cheeky with gas steals as well, so these players do have like a bit of an established meta already going down between them.
Oh yeah, we already have that second gas on the way for StarDuck. Meanwhile, Sepheron only working with one. StarDuck is going to slip on in, and if he is able to, he will steal the gas. Sepheron, up!
The gas is mine.
Oh. Your gas is my gas. And this is, this is something, fun fact, this is something that I used to do every game. Shout out to StarDuck.
Gas.
It was totally worth it, Papi. It was totally worth it. Don't worry about it.
Oh, as we actually see Sepheron cancelling his pylon because he's been allowed to take the Nexus. So we'll actually be going Nexus before Core here, trying to find a lead that way. And I think that forces StarDuck to be the aggressor now.
Yeah, exactly. He's going to be quite behind when it comes to his own Nexus. Meanwhile, it looks like Sepheron should be throwing down his own pylon here to just make it that much more difficult for StarDuck to try and expand. And StarDuck, he's setting up for a proxy.
Yeah, there we go. StarDuck once again, a little bit late to throw down his Nexus, has been doing this for most of these games, going into a Stargate most often with that extra gas that he has, but this time going to be proxying straight across the map. Sepheron going to be throwing down that pylon just to keep an eye on what's going on, but the Zealot has been produced, and this will also help throw Sepheron off the scent, as it looks like StarDuck is trying to make his Nexus.
True. Also, this wouldn't be a bad position for a proxy Robo, and there it is! The Robo gets thrown down.
How did you know?
Hey, I'm an ape, Puppy. We've been this before. A couple of days ago, my brain. It can be a Protoss brain if it wants to. Oh, God. Animal. As the probe is finally going to get cleaned up here in the main base, Sepheron going to get control of his natural, going to probe up, going to be economic, but again, he's still in the dark. This Adept, he's got a lot of work to do. He needs to scout, he needs to realize that there's nothing across the map.
Yeah, we have those extra gateways going down, so this is going to be a 3-gate robo coming out of StarDuck, going to be a huge amount of stalker pressure battering down the front door of Sepheron, and Sepheron, he needs to find out exactly what's going on right now, but this full wall is going to make it really hard for him to scout out the Nexus. He does dodge out the Stalker there, but hasn't got eyes on what's happening yet.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the full wall is pretty sus. Now he's going to get up this ramp, and once he does, he recognizes, ooh, Nexus is not here. Something else is going on. He has a second shield battery on the way. Only one pylon powering everything. Bear that in mind. And Immortals, they just chunk them down. The same thing happened in the last game as he throws down 2 more gates.
Yeah, we do see him dropping that chrono on the warp gate as well. Realizes he needs units as fast as possible. But StarDuck, he's here right now. Here is the Immortal. He's focusing down that first shield battery. The shield battery overcharge has been committed, but he can just turn onto the other one. And this is Zealot getting a lot of damage right now.
Oh god, exactly. It looks like the shield batteries are actually helping each other. They keep each other alive. And Sepheron, he's gonna hold.
Yeah, StarDuck committed very heavily to this, and now he's going to be losing the Stalker. Might even lose this Immortal as well. And oh no, this is a disaster for StarDuck.
Yeah, this is far too many losses here with the Immortal going down. That may just be game. We have 3 more Stalkers coming on in. The shield batteries are all still alive. Overcharge is on cooldown, but Sepheron just has more production and more economy. He's got 4 gates against the 3 of StarDuck.
Yes, everyone has so many units. We don't have that Immortal anymore to start battering down, and we do see him pressuring back on that Warp Prism. He's going to try to stop StarDuck from getting this micro going down, and is just chasing him down, gets the recall as well, so StarDuck just has no opportunity to get damage.
Oh, exactly. He does have another Immortal on the way, but 2 more shield batteries are thrown down again. Sepheron, he knows all he has to do is defend right now. He just has to hold. The Stalker count for StarDuck is getting a little bit higher though, and maybe he can break on through, but as time goes on, we're going to have another overcharge available for Sepheron.
Yeah, we do see the commitment going down on that Warp Prism. Doesn't quite get the pick up there, and there's just too many Zealots here. He has to back off, and the Stalker's going to chase him all the way back across the map.
Yeah, exactly. The army count is just too high here for Sepheron. We do see StarDuck trying to maneuver over on top of the ramp. It looks like he barely will, getting a couple of extra shots off on this army. We have another warp in of additional Stalkers. StarDuck is microing his heart out right now, but he just doesn't have the numbers.
You see those Zealots going down, but there are plenty where that came from to replace them. Phoenix even getting a lift in is going to be able to stop that Warp Prism from microing, especially that second Phoenix coming in. We do see the Warp Prism going down, and these Stalkers are completely trapped now.
Yeah, exactly. Again, losing that first Immortal was the first domino to fall here. We do have a second Immortal on the way behind this, but we got Phoenixes, mate. We got more on the way. Like, oh god. StarDuck.
Oh, yes. Sepheron is just completely outproducing him. He can chase him down with these lifts as well. Once he gets the energy for that, he is going to get himself on top of this Robo, and that pylon's going to be going down. This Immortal is going to get out in time, but that can just be lifted. And oh, it's even just going to be DPS down by the Stalkers. That Immortal going down might be the end for StarDuck.
Yeah, exactly. Didn't even need to be lifted. We have another warp in of units here for StarDuck. He can push out across the map. He can push in towards the natural. We have 4 shield batteries waiting for him, and we have an overcharge as well.
Mate, StarDuck is barely winning these fights out in the open, let alone under 4 shield batteries, and I just don't see any way for him to break in here.
Yeah, exactly. It's 1 base to 2. Sepheron has double the worker count right now. He has been able to just perform so well today, taking down Mighty Kiwi, taking down Peppy, even took down Asher. Crazy puppy. And now here in this PvP, it went the distance. It went all the way to the ace match, but there are just so many Stalkers for Sepheron.
Yeah, Sepheron on his victory lap here. StarDuck just kind of making terms with not qualifying today. We'll have another day tomorrow to try to get this done, but Sepheron just going to be charging back and forth, taking out all these Stalkers, and there is no base behind this for StarDuck. There is no exit ramp, and the last of these Stalkers are starting to go down here as the Oracle heads across the map to secure the win.
Yeah, meanwhile, finally the gas geyser goes down in the main base to that cannon. And really, that is what was keeping StarDuck in this game for so long. We do see the Immortal going down as well. Everything's being hunted down, and GG gets called. Sepheron qualifies for ANZ Champs.
GG is called, and the God Run for Sepheron has been completed. He qualifies.
The Godge run is real. GG, well played. Congratulations to Sepheron, as for the very first time in all seasons of ANZ Champs, for the very first time he has qualified for the main event.
There we go. Great job from him, and he is going to be able to get into that main event with the likes of Seether, Piglet, Pez waiting up in there. There's plenty of other players there waiting for him, and yeah, it's going to be exciting to see how he can do in the upper level of competition there.
Yeah, it's gonna be great to see his unique style of play. In full first there in ANZ Champs. So, oh my god, very well played there by Sepheron. Shout out to StarDuck. He came so close, to be honest. He came so close to taking this series, went all the way to the ace match himself, almost took this game if he didn't just overextend on trying to focus down those shield batteries. He saw like an opportunity, but maybe wasn't expecting Sepheron to be that quick with retargeting with his shield batteries the way that he did. It was close. It was close.
Yeah, just unfortunately fully committing at the wrong time. Sepheron just manages to hold at the most key moment, chases down the rest of the units, and that was really the end for StarDuck. He fought it out well. We got to see a lot of scrappy micro back and forth, but Sepheron's micro is up to the task, and yeah, he well earned qualification. And does he have a seeding match against Sheldon now, or
No,
that's it?
Seether is automatically first seed because he hasn't lost. Like upper
Yeah,
lower.
right.
So it already works out in that way. So yeah, congratulations to both Seether and Sepheron for advancing on through and qualifying, but it's not over, because tomorrow we have qualifier number 2, where everyone has another chance at making it to that main event.
Yeah. I mean, I lost to the 2 qualifying players, so maybe I get to qualify next Copium.
Copium, puppy, Copium. Yeah. So players like Peppy, Mighty Kiwi, Runamuk, StarDuck, they should be making their return tomorrow. We may even see some other players, players like Faz, Asher, Jadolf.
Yeah.
I'll see them too.
Yeah.
We may even be able to cast them.
Yeah. I'm gonna smurge StarDuck. I'm letting you know now.
No, don't do it, puppy. Don't
2-0.
do it. Oh, God.
2-0. PvP unwinnable.
Stay away from him, puppy. Stay away. Oh, God. Yeah, with that, congratulations to all of the players. Yeah, and thank you so much, Asher, for joining me today. Not just for casting, but also for playing.
No worries. It was fun, Copium. No, it was alright. Look, the important part is I'm winning back a Ligulac from Jadolf.
Ooh, that's what's important.
I need those points.
Yeah, exactly. Gotta get them points back. No, yeah, you still need more though. You need to farm him a little bit more.
Yeah. We'll play again tomorrow. Come on.
True.
Seeding gods, give me him again.
Oh, God.
Give me a Protoss.
But yeah, so everyone be sure to be here tomorrow for qualifier number 2 to find out who else does make it into ANZ Champs and who's going to be a part of it. As a reminder, Piglet, Probe, Azure, and Pez, those 4 players are directly invited into the tournament. They didn't even have to play today.
Yeah, I got those invites from the PAX tournament. So yeah, be excited to see those players. They're all in pretty good form at the moment as well. So I'm really keen for this full season.
Oh yeah. I am keen as well. Keep an eye on social media after the qualifiers. I believe the groups will be announced, and players will have time to prepare for their group matches. They are going to be GSL groups, Group A and Group B, and each group are going to be played out over the course of 2 days. It's day 1, you get your initial matches, and day 2 will be like the winner's match, the elimination match, and the decider match as well. So a lot of amazing StarCraft ahead of us. Whew. And if people want to tune in to some lovely Aussie Terran streams, where can they find that, Asher?
They can find that at Twitch TV/Jadolf.
In my brain, I was trying to think, I trapped him. There's no other Terran Aussie streamers. And then he goes with Jado. God damn it.
Got him.
Got him.
And if they want to watch Australian Zerg streamers, where can they find that?
So firstly, twitch.tv/AsherBro. To tune into more of Asher. He's a lovely Terran streamer. He's trying to stream on a more consistent basis. Not long streams, but quality streams. So give him a lot of love. He's got a lot of great content to be had. You can follow me at @_VIP on Twitch and Twitter. I do also stream throughout the week. I won't be streaming today because I am ready to smudge and go to bed and wake up in time for our next cast. So I do stream throughout the week on a weekday, though, as long as there isn't too much else going on. This week is going to be pretty busy for us because there is ANZ Champs, and I will be going and casting live from the studio, from the ESL studio in Sydney. So it's going to be great to be back there. I don't have them on hand, but
I didn't know about that. I didn't know it was live casting this time.
Yeah, we're gonna have live casting. If you remember, last time I brought in my my plushies, my Zerg and my Probe and my Zergling slippers, but now it's been a year. I have the Carbot Marines. I got to bring the Marines in because, you know, Terrans are gonna win. But yeah, I'm gonna try to bring in some more things to play around with and to have fun with live in studio. So we'll try to make
in your Terran co-caster.
Bring
me to Sydney, Puppy.
What do you mean, Puppy? What do you mean? Come, fly to Sydney, you animal.
Animal.
So yeah, our next broadcast is going to be tonight. It is going to be at 11 p.m. So look forward to that. We're going to be casting World Team League, and we are going to be playing against Team Liquid. So if you want to tune into more of the CranKy Ducklings, if you want to see StarDuck compete, he won't be competing tonight, but the Ducklings will be a part of it. So be sure to be there for World Team League. And tomorrow we have some more World Team League, more ANZ Champs. We got ESL Open Cup Asia, which we won't be casting because of ANZ Champs. But yeah, a lot of StarCraft this weekend.
Lots of StarCraft. Not much sleep. Just the way the light likes it.
Yeah, that's good. Look, I don't like it, okay? It's I do it. Not because I like it, but because I have to, okay?
Nah, you love it. Animal.
Oh, God. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. Thank you so much for the support. Asher, do you have anything you want to say before you head off for the afternoon?
No. Bye-bye.
Where's Rufus? We didn't see Rufus, puppy. Where is he?
He's sleeping.
Oh,
let him sleep. Puppy.
Oh, he's on the bench.
He's on the bench.
Oh, so cute. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you guys next time. We'll see you guys in, I believe, 7.5 hours for World Team League.
See you then. Bye-bye.